Hi, I'm Paul Wells from AgileJ. XText. What is it and what problem does it solve? Well, XText actually solves many problems, but I'm just going to talk in this video about one particular problem that we had in AgileJ for which XText provided a solution. In the AgileJ structure views configuration, things have to be declared such as type selectors, type display styles and things like that. And then after they've been declared, they need to be referenced by other things such as diagram styles. So there's quite a bit of declaration and referencing going on. The problem that we found was it was difficult to discuss configuration with other people via news groups and emails and things like that, because you were constantly sending screenshots of the GUI. What we also found was it was difficult to compare two versions of a configuration, because obviously the GUI could only display one version at a time. So what we decided to do was create a domain-specific language, a DSL, which would then hold all of the configuration information that AgileJ Structure Views needs. I'm not going to go into detail about how you declare the domain-specific language in this video. What I'm going to do though is show you what you get once you have declared your domain-specific language and generated an editor using XText. In our case, we're lucky that our users are already familiar with the Eclipse environment and indeed the Java editor. What you'll notice first of all is there is syntax coloring. So obviously keywords come out in red, comments come out in green, and literal strings come out in blue. What you also get as well is you get an outline. So as you build this text file here, an outline is built up here showing the structure of what's been built up, and that's quite useful to the user to be able to navigate around this document. There are completion options given, so I'm using control space here, and then I'm presented with whatever legal completion options there are at this point in the document. Errors, if I put an error in here, then an error comes up, and yes, it gets underlined in exactly the same way as it does with a Java edit error. You also get any errors listed down in the problems view. For any application that you might develop which has some degree of configuration behind it, rather than make it configurable via raw XML or go to the trouble of writing a GUI for it, rather than do that, consider declaring a DSL and then using XText to generate an editor for it. The benefits are that the editor can prompt the user for valid input, and you can also compare between versions of the configuration much more easily.